We are revealed. Mwahaha. Hi, everybody. Let's see. Seems like I'm lagging a little bit, but other than that, we're good. Okay, we're back to excellent connection. Great. I can't
All
control
right.
that, so we'll just have to roll with it.
Yep.
But hello, anyone who is in the stream. Thank you for being here. This is Orlando. We're gonna do a more proper hello when more people join. Oh, William! LOL, about time. Yeah, we were having issues. As you can see, I'm not in Discord this time. I'm in Zoom because Discord was giving me some trouble with my webcam. Of course, on the last interview of the year, William goes, Orlando! I don't know if you worked with William Valentine, but
Yeah, I know William.
you know, everyone
Yeah,
knows
he's a good,
William.
very good friend of mine, and he knows that I'm gonna go live tonight.
Yay! Thanks for being here, William. I love you.
William is awesome. He's
Yeah, he
awesome.
was my main Jason when I was in the Friday the 13th Terror Tram in
Oh yeah.
2017. Yeah, so he was my main Jason. We like improv together. It was fun. And we've been friends ever since. So, I'll try and like visit his mazes every once in a while and he'll like he's so supportive. You're awesome. He goes, I love you both. Yay! The love is
He's very
returned.
awesome.
Would have been awkward otherwise. I love you. I hate you. Okay. All right. So we're giving people time to join the stream. I saw some people were here, but they left. Hopefully they'll come back. We were having some issues with Discord, like I said. So we're here. But, we're here. We're good. Everything's fine now. But we're here until about 9:30, so let's have fun, shall we?
Alrighty.
I'll do my little introduction. Hi, I'm Noelle, also known as Charge and Die on TikTok, Instagram, and all the things. I am a professional scare actor. My main content is telling Scareactor stories, but with the mess, I wasn't able to scare this year, so I thought it'd be fun to interview some fellow scare actors so that they get a chance to tell their stories. I have a guest with me tonight. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Of course, my name is Orlando Naveo. I'm a scare actor. I've been doing it for about 5 to 6 years. Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood. Also, you can find me at Orlando Naveo 91 on Instagram and TikTok.
Nice. I didn't know you were also on TikTok. I'll add that to the description. For
Of course.
sure.
I just post random stuff there, so and
Perfect.
also like
yeah.
yeah.
You never know when something's gonna just take off. Like my
Yep.
first Scareactor story that happened. I was not expecting anything to happen with that, but anything can happen. Yep. That's the beauty with
Of
TikTok
course.
and
Yep.
social media in general. So
Yeah.
Orlando, you said you've been scaring about 5 years, right? So
Yes.
how did you
Yeah.
get started in scaring?
So I visited Halloween Horror Nights in Hollywood in 2014 for the first time because I never been there. I always wanted to go to Orlando, but once I moved here, I just might as well went to the one in Hollywood. So after I went there, and I enjoyed it so much. I enjoyed how the mazes were and how like the environment of horror was all about and about scary acting. So I kind of like said to myself, I want to do this. I want to like work on this because this is awesome because I love horror movies. I want to like scare people and make and have fun with it. So on 2015, when the auditions came, I went through and I got hired right away, and then I just went on through every single year and started working on it.
Cool, awesome.
Yep.
So you were a fan of horror before going into it?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
I was a horror fan since like I would say like 10 years old. Like my first movie that got me scared was The Exorcist.
Me too.
Yeah.
The first one I saw was The Birds, but the first one actually scared me was The Exorcist. And
Yeah.
funny side tangent, I saw The Exorcist like twice. My mom was really concerned with me as a kid. She was like very overprotective. I love my mom. I don't want to say like, oh, she's like the helicopter parent or anything like that. She's not, but when it came to horror movies and like movies in general, she was very protective. So when she saw that I was interested in horror, she's like, okay, let's test this. I'm gonna rent The Birds from Blockbuster. This is aging me quite a bit. We're gonna go rent The Birds, and I handled it fine. And then she got me The Shining, and I handled it fine. And then Carrie, and I laughed at it, not in a mean way, but it was just like a funny thing happened, and I laughed at it.
Yeah.
And she was so mad at that she rented me The Exorcist. to
She's
see
like
if I can
testing you in
handle
levels.
that. And that actually scared me, but it didn't like give me nightmares or anything. It didn't traumatize me. I saw it a second time and it was a little easier. But then in high school, my senior year of high school, I took a classics of horror class, which was really awesome. And we had to make our own horror movie and all that stuff. But in class, we had to fill out a permission slip for the adults to give us permission to watch The Exorcist in class. And I hand it to my mom. She's like, do I really have to sign this? You've seen it twice already. I'm like, I know, but they don't know that. And I was like one of the few people in class like, I know what's going to happen. I love this movie now. Like, so that's amazing. What's your favorite horror movie?
I would say It. Stephen King, It with Pennywise.
Nice. I haven't seen the one with Tim Curry, but I saw the more recent one, which was really cool. So good choice. I know someone. Yeah. I know someone who's like obsessed with Pennywise. Becca, if you ever see this, hi. She's like, I want to marry Pennywise. She's like that. She loves him. I don't know what mine would be. I'd say The Shining. I don't know. It's just like, that's my you know, you have your go-to answers, whether it's not the one in the moment that is your favorite. It's just like, that's the thing I always say. So I'm just going to go with The Shining. It is one of my favorites, but it changes all the time. How about horror video games? We were talking about video games earlier.
Well, I would have to say Resident Evil. I haven't played that much of horror games. I know I always wanted to try like Evil Within or Dead by Daylight, but the only games I ever played before was Resident Evil, because those are like my favorite games. And when I was a child, when I had my first PlayStation 1, I played the first one and so on. And of course I love the movies, so yeah.
Nice, good choice. I've only really seen playthroughs of the 7th one, the Biohazard one, whatever that's called. That was really freaky. That did freak me out a little bit.
I can't wait for the new one, though, the number 8 that comes on PS5 next year. I was like, oh, I'm getting that one.
Woo! That'll be exciting. Shameless plug, since we're talking about video games. I totally did not play on this at all. I really didn't. But I am on Twitch, charge_and_die. It's the same as my TikTok and Instagram. And every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I do Scareactor Plays Horror. So if you want to see a Scareactor get scared, that's a good way to do it. I get really freaked out playing Phasmophobia with my boyfriend and friends. So it's a fun time, especially with the prison update. The last time I played, we did the prison, and that was really fun. Let's see. Let's catch up with the chat. Sasu, hey! Yay, I have time to chill while I set up my stream. Awesome. Thanks for being here. Sasu is a regular in my streams. She's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah. So back to scare acting. Let's get back on topic. What have been some of your favorite characters that you played?
So, the first year, like, I was more of a blackout, like just manipulating props behind the screen. I did for Alien versus Predator. I was an alien, which is pretty cool. But from my second year, which is my favorite of all, which is 2016, I played my favorite character, Freddy Krueger.
Nice.
For Freddy versus Jason. Yes.
Ooh, that
fun. Was a very fun year. Yep.
Yeah, and then you were there 17 and 18 and 19 after that, right? You did 5 years.
17 and 18. I was in the same area. It's called Toxic Tunnel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they bought Toxic Tunnel 3 times. I was there only for the first 2, and on 2019 I was in The Walking Dead.
Okay, nice. Yes. So the only time I was a guest going through Halloween Horror Nights was 2019. Because I wanted to take a year off just to like heal from the year before. I was doing a lot the year before and I actually got hurt. So I was like, I'll take a year off. Yeah. It's fine. What can happen? I'll just join in 2020.
Yeah. It never happened.
So I got another year off, but that was not my choice. I was really excited to scare again. But I did go through and went through like Toxic Tunnel. So I know what you're talking about. It was really weird to start scaring and never having scared at that place before. Like, I didn't know what Halloween Horror Nights was. I knew it was a big deal, and I just moved to LA and I had never gone through before, so I was like, I'll go for it. I scared up in San Francisco before, so I wasn't new to scaring. I was just new to scaring in LA, so I didn't know what the haunts were or and I never scared for a theme park, so that was different. But it's fun. Do you have any fun stories, like fun reactions from people that you want to tell?
So of course that has to be on a Freddy versus Jason
Uh-huh.
because that was the most fun year that I ever had for scary. I would have to say like the best reaction I ever had is so I was in one part of the maze. The whole maze was Freddy versus Jason. So I was in an area where I'm confronting Jason in front of me, and it's a very thin hallway that is very close space that the guest has to walk through, while me and Jason has to pop out and scare people. And whoever is Jason, we always have fun with the guests in scaring them because like when the guests see that there's a hallway and there's the two characters on each side, they're like they don't want to go. And I was like, all right, let's go. Come on, you gotta go through. And every time when people walk through, they just want to crawl, and I just pretend I'm trying to reach out to them, and with the claws, Freddy Krueger finger knives, I'm just trying to like scratch the wall to try to get them, and they're like, they don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. They just don't want to go. And it's like, just come on down, come on down.
And then
And of
after a
course,
while, it's
Jason,
less of a scrape and more of a come on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because like the gloves they use is like they're very real life kind of gloves, and I can make the sound the clicking sound on what he does with the knives, and that's what people get scared about when I do the clicking sound. It's like, oh my god, he's doing it. I don't want to go.
He's doing the thing from the movie. He's real.
Yeah.
Oh, William goes, that was
run.
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're learning things about each other, everybody.
Yep.
This is what happens in my interview story times. We just learn about each other. That was you? That was you, though?
Oh, yeah, that was me.
That was you.
Yeah,
I've seen those gloves before because in 2017 we had the Freddy's up in the War of the Worlds set. So
Yep.
they were doing that clicking stuff too, and I didn't hold one of the gloves, but I did see how they got handled, and I saw like those are real. They're
Yep.
not, they're dulled, of course, because they need to be safe enough, but you could
Yep.
still easily hurt someone with those gloves. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
glad
had to
that you
buy
never
myself
did
one.
that by the sounds of it, right?
Yep.
Staying safe.
I-
Stay safe when you scare act. I know people don't want to talk about the serious side of scare acting, but I do have a video on how to be safe while scare acting, and no one watches it because they just want to hear the stories. And I'm like, but there's another side.
Out.
Have you ever been hurt scaring?
No, I never got hurt. I always play safe, just like when I scare pop out, even though I'm exposed to the guests, but I always make sure like I stay away from the guests, self distance myself. That way they don't even try to punch me or anything. I mean, there's one time in Touch the Tunnel, because in Touch the Tunnel there's no hiding space. You're out in the open, so you're very close to the guests. There's some times that people will throw, slaps, and they slap my mask, but I don't really get hurt because I barely feel it.
Yeah, because you could take a slap, but yeah. That's okay. How do you scare in such an open area? Do you have any tips for people in scare zones like that?
So the only tips I can say when scaring the open area is just pacing yourself. Just pick your targets and just go scare and hide. That's all we can say. When it comes to in open areas, because everybody has to be safe. Whether it's as a guest or as a scare actor, it's just like. Just keep the distance while you're scaring. That's all.
And there is a way to scare from a distance too, and as long as you stay in character while doing it, it's perfectly fine. I definitely got some really good scares. I told this story in one of my TikTok stories, but I'll say it again, where I was completely alone in my zone other than like a couple other scare actors, but it was completely dead in my zone of guests. And then there was a wall of like 50 people that were like making their way coming to the zone. So I had my back turned, and then I sniffed the air because I was a wolf. Sorry, I didn't say that. I was a wolf. So I sniffed the air and I turned around with great intensity and purpose. And one person in the front of the group fell back into his friends like, oh shit, she heard me. I was like 50 feet away, man. I I didn't hear a goddamn I can't even see in my mask, let alone hear things and the music, but it got us scared. So and I also did this weird twitch thing with the head as best as I could without hurting myself because it was a heavy mask, but
yeah.
even with a distance, if you're just standing there and you're staring at someone, that could be just as scary as
That's another thing is the intensity. Is showing the intensity of your character. Like it doesn't matter like what position you're in. It's like you show any kind of intense or any kind of like movement that will really freak out the guests. That's what works.
Ladies, if the man ever leaves the toilet seat up again, remember that rage and have it come through your energy and your eyes when you're scaring, and all you have to do is look at someone with that intensity and they'll just get scared.
Oh yeah.
Just remember those feelings and then get it out in the world and target someone and that will scare them. They'll just be like, oh god, she means death. Like, whoo. Robert the Haunter, hello. William goes, he messed with me, LOL. Robert the Haunter, I was in so much pain after haunting, got the plague and all, felt like I was dead for a week. Worth it. Yeah, it's really easy to get sick while scaring, especially if you're wearing a mask and you don't take care of it properly, or the people who take care of it don't wash it properly. So it's really up to you to also take like moist towelettes and wipe it down with like some alcohol every once in a while. But obviously this year there's more to be worried about. So
Yeah.
William, that was me every night, Robert the Haunter. Getting the plague and still scaring. Sasu goes, the look. Oh, we all know the look. We all know the look. Faith is here. Faith, I'm late, but I can't stay because my phone is going to die, but I wanted to come in for a bit. Welcome. Thanks for being here. By the way, anyone in the chat, if you have any questions for Orlando about scaring or just about other things about him, feel free to ask them in the chat and we will get to them when we can. We're just kind of chilling and chatting tonight. And also,
Can William hear me?
Huh?
Can William hear me?
Can William hear you? William? Yeah. Can you hear him? I need to see you in the chat, William. William, we're calling you out specifically.
Yes, William.
Yes, William. Also, just so everyone knows, William goes, yes. Faith goes, bye. Have a good night. Thank you, Faith. You too. So just so everyone knows, this is the last interview of the year, but I will be back in January. We're going to do interviews once a week rather than 3 times a week, and I'll be scheduling them starting today. I'll just send some messages out to people. But thank you so much to Orlando for being here and being the last one of the year, going out with a big bang. So that's cool. William goes, I can hear you, with like 7 exclamation points. And William goes, happy birthday. Thank you. Tomorrow's my birthday.
Happy early birthday then.
Thank you. And Sasu says that, thank you guys. Yeah, thanks. I purposely scheduled it the day before my birthday because I'm like, after my birthday, I'm checking out for the year. I'm sorry, I can't. I'll still be doing live streams on Twitch and TikTok, and maybe I'll just sit and chat with people about Scareacting on YouTube every once in a while when I feel like it. But let's get back to the stories. Do you have any, have you ever made someone fall down?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. Because especially when you work in mazes, like people are very, not that quick in the lines. So you never know what to expect because we might pop out in each corner and they move to the side or they move backwards. So, and I would say, again, in Freddy vs. Jason, I did a lot of scares that people would fall down to the floor, they fall back, or they either hit the wall when I'm popping out of the corner. They hit themselves to the wall and cuss out and everything. But in the open area, when I was in Toxic Tunnel, I never seen anybody get falling down, but there's been accidents that people have fallen down because they were running. Of course, we kind of chase after people in Toxic Tunnel as for fun. But some people can overreact and they can fall.
It's like the classic in horror movies when someone's being chased and they just fall down. You go, why'd you fall? That's stupid. Don't
I
fall.
know. It's
The
like
killer's
you're
behind
running.
you.
How
Keep
can you
running.
fall? Like
Why'd
one
you
thing,
trip
like when they
over
wear
nothing?
heels.
But you got to witness it in real life. You were the monster chasing someone and then they fell while being
Yep.
chased. But this time, there's liability.
Yep.
Because it's still a theme park. Ah. Have you made anyone pee their pants? Any
No.
bio scares?
No, I haven't got any of those yet. Nope.
Do you have like a bucket list or like something like accomplishments for the scare season? Like, I want someone to fall down. I want to get someone to spill their beer. I want someone to pee their pants. Like, do you have that checklist in your mind when scaring, or do you just kind of go for it?
I will say I will have a few. Like I would love to see somebody spill their drinks, because again, like, why would you go take a drink inside a maze? Like, I would love to see that. Like, scare somebody that will spill their drink, because like, oh yeah, we get downtime. I was
We get downtime.
I would love to see. Like, sorry for being a little dark for this, but I would love to see the children cry. Because again, why would you bring your children on a very horror event that is very adult-ish? You're gonna bring your children get scared, or I want to see them cry.
Teach the parents, because then they have to deal with the crying kids.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, learn your lesson.
I hate it when they bring kids in. Like, I don't mind if they bring kids and the kids can handle it okay, but if they look traumatized, take them home.
Yeah.
They're not having fun. Yeah, you paid for their ticket, but you could have easily paid for a sitter. Like, and don't bring babies.
I know. I see that all the time, and they get mad. Like, don't scare my baby. Don't. Why you bring them?
We're just doing our job. What are you talking about? And by the way,
job.
I can't usually see out of my mask. You really expect me to see like you're holding a baby when I was sneaking up behind you? What?
Yep.
We get so many Karens. Do you have any Karen stories?
No, I never dealt with Karens that year.
Lucky man.
I know.
We got some questions in the chat. Sasa goes, let's see, upcoming skits with Scareactors 2021. We could totally do some skits. Yeah, I don't see why not. Actually, I was thinking of reenacting some of my stories from TikTok, but like acting it out. Like having my voiceover. And anyway, I don't need to say that. Sasu, favorite scare moment, either maze or zone.
Favorite scare moment. Let's see. I would say in Toxic Tunnel. So I would say like there was a group and they were like, walking a little bit fast paced, and they see me like I'm on the other side. They think I'm not gonna get them, and then because they have flashing lights and then it goes dark, so I took my chance that it went dark, and I went to the other side right behind them, and they were like, "Where is he? Where is he?" And I'm like walking normal, pretending I'm a normal person right next to them. And I look right to their side and I start just like creeping up on them. And they yell so hard. They start running, "Oh my God! Ah, like right!" And I start chasing after them. And then as soon as I get to the end of the tunnel and they look back, and I'm like, just like creeping and just like pretending I'm saying hi.
Hi.
Because
I'm
you're
so
gonna
nice.
come back to me. I'm gonna get you back.
That's amazing.
I just love taunting the guests. Like, I chase after them, and then like they know I cannot cross the line. I mess around with them.
Oh yeah, we always have to mess with guests. That's our job, right?
Yep.
Yeah, totally. Oh, I love that though. Like using the blackout, just the few 2-second blackout.
Just a few seconds. That's all you need.
That's all you need. Oh,
Yeah.
That's amazing. Brilliant job. Let's see. Favorite haunt you have visited as a guest?
That will be Not Scary Farm. I visited Dark Harbor, Not Scary Farm, and the Fright Fest at Six Flags. But my favorite one will be Not Scary Farm. I did it for 2 years. I can't remember what year that I went, but they did pretty awesome for Scary Farm.
So what's your favorite part of that then?
I will say that they had the more freedom than we do.
That's fair.
Like they get to perform their own way. Especially they have sliders in which you don't see those horror nights, but
Not anymore.
yeah.
Yeah, I do like the creative freedom from Not Scary Farm. I only know the two. I've only been to the two haunts in LA, and I have so many more to go to, and I will get to it when I have money and time and not the mess to deal with. But I've attended Halloween Horror Nights many times last year as a guest, and I even made a vlog about it if anyone's interested in seeing that. The true experience of doing Horror Nights. Like, I included me being very tired and eating and stuff in it too, just so that everyone gets the real reactions. But Horror Nights, what I love about Horror Nights, acting it, going as a guest, whatever, is you feel like you're in the movie. Like, that's their whole thing, is movies, right? So they go all out with the costumes and the sets, and they make it exactly like the movie. Even the face characters, like they hire the right people. Yeah, so they go all out with that, and then with Not Scary Farm, they can be more creative. Like
they have their own original mazes.
Yeah, their own original mazes. I gotta say, Pandora's Box last year was really good at HHN too, though. I wish they could do more creative, original ideas like that, because that was really awesome. Not to knock the other mazes, they're awesome too, but I like the creativity.
Yep,
of all
I kind of enjoyed the year before that. I think it was 2018. The In the Depths. That was a really cool maze, especially like they had some laser lights. It looks like you're walking around in the sea and there's some scare actors below you.
That's my favorite effect.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, because they have, just so in case people don't know, they have the fog, and then they have a laser light that has like just a straight beam within the fog that makes it look like mucky water.
Swamp.
Yeah, it looks like a swamp. So you're walking through it, but all it is fog and light. That's it. But the actors are below that beam in the water, and then they'll pop up every once in a while. It's really cool. Let's see here. I'm trying to go back with the comments. But yeah, I do like the creativity of Not Scary Farm, and I love how they can talk to you. I want to be able to mess with guests in that way and say creepy things again. That would be great. Because we can't do that at HHN. And their costumes, like they have creative liberty with their costumes. And I make my own costumes, so I really like to implement that in like scare characters and have my own scare characters that I could do even outside of haunt. Because a lot of people have said like, dress up as the wolf. I'm like, I can't. That's their costume. I had to give it back at the end of every night. But I'd like to have my own that's approved. Like, you have to get it approved. That's the only thing. You have to get it pre-approved, but after that, it's yours. So let's see, favorite how you visit as guest. We answered that. So I've heard scare the chair. Do you specifically target wheelchair scooters or crutch cane users? Absolutely curious.
So for people who are disabled, like they're in the wheelchairs, canes, we just have to be careful and not to be close to them. Especially for those in the wheelchairs and canes, because we don't want to bump into them and they fall and then causing accidents or anything. Like for wheelchairs, we just have to go in a distance and scare them and then walk away. We're not allowed to, in a way how we do with normal guests, taunting them or anything, because they just want to move. They want to have their space to go to their places, because again, they're disabled. They just want to get through the night.
Yeah. So we would like scare, get out, but we do want to make them enjoy their experience too, because some people are like too careful with wheelchairs, or it's easy to overlook them. So we want to give them the attention, but then just get out after that so that we don't cause any trouble. And I will say this, if anyone has a therapy pet with them, do not scare the pet.
Yeah, do not scare the pet.
Do not scare the pet. I had a scare actor on here. I forgot who it was, but I'll have to look through my past videos and figure out who it was. But God, I think it was Justin. I don't remember. I don't want to call him out in case like I don't remember the person. But they accidentally did scare a dog because they couldn't see, and that caused like a riot. And now they are known for scaring the dog. Or was it one? I don't remember who it was. I'm so sorry. Like, I've interviewed so many people, but they scared a dog, and it was a therapy dog, or emotional support dog, and it just caused some trouble. And then all the other scare actors are like, why'd you scare the dog? And he's like, I don't know, I didn't see it. I'm sorry. So yeah, we make mistakes every once in a while, but those are the general rules. Scare the chair. We want to make sure they enjoy themselves, but we also know that they have to just keep going and doing what they're doing so that they're not lingering, because that could cause problems. And don't scare the pets that are with them.
Mm-hmm.
William goes, Orlando, what do you miss more, scaring or day ops?
I say both, man. I miss them both, but mostly scare acting, yeah, because that's my favorite time of year. But I miss them both. I miss working back in Universal. And one more thing I have to say to William, since he missed me a lot, lumpia, lumpia.
I knew that was gonna come. Why did I know? I wasn't even with you guys, but I know it.
It's been a while. It's a long time I haven't said that to anybody. That's why I miss Universal. Every time when I see William, I'm like, "Lumpia," and I give him a big hug. I miss him today.
These are inside jokes that you make with your fellow Scareactor friends.
Yep.
William goes, I accidentally scared a baby. It was traumatizing for me. Yeah, you mentioned that. And William and I actually made a video together before I started doing more scare acting focused stuff. We actually did a video on my YouTube of like how to be a good guest at a haunt. And we do address bringing babies, like don't bring babies. And William mentions the story of how he scared a baby and it just started crying and it would traumatize both of them. Samir's in the chat. Hi. Oh, it's so good to see you. Pop up. Azizi Podcast. Follow it, everybody. Let's see. Sasu, yo, Depths had the coolest effects. I drowned myself in videos of the mazes. Yes. I love the creativity of Not Scary Farm. I would love to work there one day, but I feel like HHN is my home. That's where all my friends are. And yes, I can make new friends at Not Scary Farm. But I'm getting older as of tomorrow, so I don't know if I can do it anymore. I'll still do it. I'm going to be stubborn. I'm
the same way. I'm getting older too. I'm still gonna do it for the rest of my life.
I'll slow down, but I won't stop. I will be that grandma scaring people. Absolutely. I'll take my cane and be all like, you think I'm old innocent, but boo, and then run away as best as I can. William goes, I miss you, man. Whoopia. I think he spelled that wrong. Whoopia. Lost Boy TNT. Properly trained service animals shouldn't have too much issue in a haunt, and other support animals, my opinion, would be like bringing a small child in. Maybe shouldn't, depending. Yeah, I mean, properly trained service animals can handle it better, but if there's a monster just like popping out at you, you're gonna get scared, animal or human. So, Samir goes, tomorrow's your birthday? Yes, it is, sir. It is. I'm getting older. I'm getting a vague age older. I'll post about my age on Instagram. So if you're curious, follow me on Instagram. You'll know how old I am. I get that question a lot in my TikTok videos. Like, how old are you? It's like too old to be on the set, but I'm still here anyway. Hey, how's it going? William, you are a year younger. I will always get younger. Benjamin Button situation. I still never seen that movie, but I reference it all the time.
I haven't seen that movie, but I know what it's about anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know the concept, so you could reference it. God, my hair is just like all over the place. Sorry, I keep touching it. If anyone has any other questions, Samir, you're not that old. I'm not that old. I am not that old. But when it comes to scare acting and TikTok, I'm old. If I know what a VHS is, I'm old. And I do.
Yep. If you know what an 8-track is, you're that old.
AOL. LOL. Ha 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 ha. God. And that proves how old I am. Did you feel that cringe? That aged you another year too. You're welcome. Lost Boy TNT. I've worked with scare actors of all ages. I've worked with people more than twice my age to people that probably lied to get the job. You don't have to lie about your age to get the job.
Yeah.
You could be. They need to hire people who are older anyway, because they actually did have to hire people older to
play a certain character.
Yeah, you have to be older to play certain characters. So like for Killer Clowns, like the old guy outside the tent.
Yeah.
I don't want to say old because it sounds derogatory, but it's not. He is older. So he has gray hair and he's, aged. So he's like, Pooh Jared calling out for his dog, and then he gets zapped by the tent thing. They had to hire someone who was older for that.
Yeah.
And I've worked with people who are, God, in their 60s, 70s, something like that, still
Like they're
scared,
veterans
strong.
yep.
That's what I aspire to be. Yeah, so I'm gonna slow down, but I'm not gonna stop. I'm still gonna scare, and I will be that old person scaring everybody that everyone admires because they're just still going and they will not stop.
Yeah, because again, like Halloween Horror Nights is to make the movies come alive. Like it's not just about scaring; it's also about acting certain roles. Like there's a lot of people that are there that are actually actors, and they just get the roles that they look alike and they portray the character. As me, I'm also an actor.
I was just
also
gonna ask, do you act other than scare acting? Yeah.
Yes, I do. I'm an actor, and also I do stunts. I do fight choreography, and also I did some projects in the past. Yeah.
Do you want me to promote any of them for you? I could add them to the description.
Well, there's one that keeps going, getting promoted. It's called Revenge of the Titan. It's a DC fan film that me and a couple people that I work with. You interviewed one of them. His name is Juan.
Yeah.
Juan Diaz. Yeah, he was part of it. And my good friend Mike Fallon, he's the director. And so you can look it up on YouTube. It's called Revenge of the Titan. It's a DC fan film.
Nice. Send me an email or a Facebook message with that info and like a link to it, and I'll add it to the description in case anyone's interested. Yeah. So how does stunt work help with scare acting, you feel?
So stunts can help a little bit because it makes you a little bit more active and agile with it. And also like when it comes to stunts, it helps you train, to what's the good word for it? It's like to protect yourself from any danger, and also if you end up getting hurt, at least you can take the pain, because in fight choreography, you most likely might get hurt or not, but still learn how to be safe. But when it comes to scare acting, you don't have to deal about do it very intense stuff, but still you might get hurt, but at least you be safe about it.
Yes, I say this all the time, but you'll be using muscles that you are not used to using, so you'll have to deal with that fatigue, at least for the first week or two until your body adjusts to it. But also, you don't know how the guests are going to react to you scaring, and sometimes they do have the fight reaction, and you will have to be able to take a punch to the face.
Oh, yeah.
I've definitely gotten a black eye before. Joke's on them, though. It worked with my character. So it's just I'm not saying you're definitely going to get punched because, like Orlando said, he thank God, has never been hurt, knock on wood. I don't want to jinx it. But he hasn't.
You never know. I haven't got hurt for those many years, but you never know. It's just you got to prepare the unexpected. Because there might be a day that I might get punched or somebody will get punched. But still, just prepare the unexpected.
I tend to get aggressively hugged. I don't know why, but people see me and they're like, let's give you a hug and just drag you away. So I'm like, oh God.
Yep.
Oh no, this is against my will. Cool, thanks.
Yeah.
And it does hurt. It hurts my shoulder.
I got close calls with that. I got close calls that when people open their arms and they want to hug us. No.
I have dodged a few.
Don't do no.
If I didn't have a big mask on, I would absolutely be able to dodge way better. But because I had a big wolf head on and I had to see through the mouth, I had no upper, lower, or peripheral vision. And people would just come from the side or from behind me.
Yeah.
This one guy, I hate it when people try and scare the scare actor. It's just audition.
Yeah. That's the worst thing ever.
It's so dangerous too, some of the ways they do it. You'll try and do a lunge and have to stop early because they're lunging at you to try and go boo at you. It doesn't work. Guys, we are trained to not be scared by the same stuff we do. Some scare actors do still get scared, but the most you'll get out of me is surprise and concern, which is what happened when a guy came up from behind me and pinched my waist. And then I jumped a little bit at that because, of course, I was not expecting that. I was surprised. I wasn't scared. It's like, no, come at me, bro. I dare you. But I'm not going to hurt a guest, just to be clear. But he did pinch my waist, and I got surprised. And he comes around, he's like, haha, scared you. I was like, God, if only I could tell you. No, I just wasn't expecting someone to grab my waist from behind.
Yeah.
I'm not scared.
Those are the three main things I hate about guests when going to haunted houses or scare acting performances. The first, I really hate that when people are trying to like do your job as a scare artist. Like, just you go into the part, just have fun. Don't try to do our jobs. That's our jobs. Yeah. Second is about the touching. Like, you gotta stop all the touching because again, stop touching the props, stop touching the performers. It's like, again,
put the hands away. Just put them away. You don't need your hands.
Put your hands down. Like, if you want to swing back,
hands in the pockets. Have fun being scared.
Yeah. And the third, of course, is those who like to hit because they think like, oh, they're badasses, that they can throw punches and all that. It's just like, no, like, don't cause any fights because you're just wasting your money away.
Yeah, I also hate it when people get too drunk and they're like violent drunks. So they'll just come at me like, hey, you're a monster, come at me. And I'm like, no. Yeah. And then I walk away and then they grab my arm. I'm like, oh, that was a mistake, sir. If only. Let's see. Samir goes, oh wait, I've missed stuff. All ages. Okay, Samir goes, data shows that TikTok user base is getting older. Yeah. Because, that makes sense. Because millennials are joining, older people are joining. I think it's mainly celebrities, actually, that's causing those statistics to skew a little bit because celebrities are older and then they're joining because it's a popular app and they're automatically going to get a following on it because they're a celebrity. So that might be skewing the statistics a little bit. But the main bulk of the like original TikTok users were like 9 to 19 or something. I don't know. That's just my observational guess. But when I started, it was a bunch of like 5-year-olds following me. And so I would joke with my boyfriend. I'm like, gotta go entertain some like 5-year-olds. Hold on, let me make a video real quick. My main base is like 9 years old. Hey, fellow 9-year-olds, what's up? No. And then I started telling Scareactor Stories, and then my fan base got a little older with that because, they'll be more interested in scaring if they're the age to scare at. Which is a common question, so I'll ask you, how old do you think you have to be to start scaring?
So you have to be like a certain age. I would say like 17 and up to be able to scare. There are some places that I think they start with 16, but again, like, because this is a very intense kind of work, because again, you might get hurt and they want it to be safe. I guess like they will start for 17 and up, so you can be in a way, adult and mature way that you understand how hard it is.
Yes. I think for Halloween Horror Nights, it is 18 and up. I think for most theme parks is 18 and up, specifically because we have to join a union. So we have to be like the legal working age. So follow the labor laws of wherever you live. Most haunts, you can like volunteer younger to get started and get some experience in smaller haunts. But yeah, basically what Orlando said, 17 is a good age to start. But with theme parks, 18 and up. So, Lost Boy TNT, I mean, too young to get the job. Yeah, Sasu, gonna zip, so happy to have made it a bit. Thank you for being here, Sasu. I know you probably already dipped by now, but thank you. William, the guy you spoke of in Killer Clowns, he is also Hollywood Harry. Oh, nice. I didn't know that. Cool.
He was.
I don't remember who it was exactly, but Samir goes, cat. Yeah, Orlando has a few cats, and they'll be wandering around behind him a bit. We were talking about that before we went live. I also have a couple cats that might make an appearance, but I think they're sleeping right now, which is good for me. Lost Boy TNT, I love outdoor haunts. I worked a hayride where I did a psycho scene where I would run from the shower to the wagon and do a drive roll Dive roll. Sorry, I read that as drive. Dive roll, pop up, and keep running en route, and it freaked them out. Yeah, if you could do stunts like that, just like pretend to trip and then tumble. It's good to go back to your combat experience, your stage combat experience, and stunt experience. It's always good to know how to fall properly.
Oh yeah.
No matter what you do, just learn some parkour tricks on how to fall properly from a high distance or something. Know how to tumble out of a fall.
Just like learn basic stuff like basic tumbling.
Do not land on your wrists ever.
Yeah, ever.
That actually saved me knowing that. And you need to practice it so that it's innate. Because when you're falling, you're going to go with what's natural instinct. So you got to make that a natural instinct again by practicing a lot. So when 2018, when I got hurt, I actually went in front of a stilt walker by accident and they stomped on my foot and I tumbled to the ground. This is a common story I tell. But something that I haven't mentioned before is when I fell on the meaty bits. So I fell on my side rather than my wrist, and that saved me. Because if I fell on my wrist, I would have broken my wrist. So just know how to fall properly, and you will need to know that, especially in character and in costume. You're gonna be restrained a little bit no matter what costume you have. I don't want to say every costume is restraining, but you'll be restrained in some way. For me, it was the gloves and the mask. That was the most restraining bit. But Lost Boy TNT. Samir goes, cat detected. Yes. Lost Boy TNT. There's a difference between a scare and a surprise. Yes, there is. Samir, Noel, you were doing a great job with this stream, by the way. Thank you, Samir. So just so you know, Samir is a friend of mine from college, all the way back to college days. We've been like supporting each other ever since, but yeah, it's been a while, but we'll get together every once in a while. So, William, a few? He has 100 cats. Is that true? I mean,
I
not
was
100.
Look, I have 6 cats.
Okay, that's not as bad. On Monday, I interviewed Adam, and he has like 10 cats. So it's fine. We're all cat people. Scareactors are cat people. Also dog, just animal people. But I've noticed quite a few of the people I interviewed also have cats. And I'm like, great. Glad we're on the same page.
Yep.
Last Way TNT, one big castle I worked had a guillotine up on a podium, and I would jump down to the fence with my cape out so smoothly it looked like I flew down. Whoa, that's awesome.
That is
very
awesome.
Creative too. Yeah,
it's very
fun to get
creative.
creative. What would you say was the most creative scare you've ever come up with?
Creative scare?
Yeah.
Oh,
I definitely like the story of you moving in the dark. Do you have any other fun stories like that?
I will have to say I tried it before, but I kind of like hurt my back. It's doing the spider crawl because I had a performer. His name is Deshante. He always know how to do the spider crawl so good. Like he's very limber. He knows how to do the spider crawl and scare the people. And I try to do that and be creative about it, but I couldn't. So I would say like the craziest thing I ever done is I kind of like slide one time. Inside the tunnel there's barricades, right? And there's a rope in between the barricades that can go under and scare people. There's one time I was very high energy one night. There was a couple like people that are holding hands. I was on the other side. They took a glance at me, and next thing you know, like I was pretending I was going to the other side, like at the end of the tunnel on my side where they saw me, but instead I kind of like did a quick turn. I slide under the rope and I pretended I was gonna grab their feet, and they jump high. I'm like, oh, whoa, what are you doing? And I'm like, I stand up. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't do nothing. What are you talking about?
I didn't do nothing.
And this is not like slider slide, like with the knee pads, right? This is just you sliding against the concrete.
I went and slide. I just went and just slide. Not like a slider kind of way, but I just went and slide. Like my
It's just
full
an in the
body
moment
slide.
improv. Let's do this. And it
Yep.
happened to work. That's amazing. I
Yep.
love that.
Yep.
Oh, goodness. If anyone else has any other questions for Orlando, we have about 20 to 30 minutes left in the stream. This is a good time to chat with fellow scare actors and know the ins and outs of the industry. Because I know a lot of people who follow me are really interested in scaring, but they don't know how to get started. So if you have any advice for them, Orlando, do you have any advice on scare acting in general? Help people get started?
Great advice for scare acting is have fun. Oh, that's a tip. No.
That's a tip, not advice.
That's
Yeah.
a tip.
It's true, though. Have fun.
A good, great advice is take care of your body, because again, this is a very high energy kind of work and very high intense. And that might wear out your body at the end of the whole season. Just gotta take care of your body. Get plenty of sleep. Drink a lot of water and get yourself some nutrients. I mean, I get to see a lot of performers that they drink their energy drinks and Red Bull, Monster, and all that, and that it's kind of bad for your body, and I wouldn't recommend that. But it's mostly about health, and that's all the advice I could give when becoming a scare artist. Take care of your health.
That's fantastic. Yeah, and we say this pretty much in every stream. I hope like my more regular viewers know this by now, because in just about every stream I'll ask people for advice, and they usually say the same things. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Take care of yourself, hydrate, make sure you're eating proper food. And no one ever wants to hear that. That's boring, right? But it's so true. You have to take care of your body, listen to your body. If you're doing something and it just doesn't feel right, switch it up, because your body will tell you what it needs. And like you said, Orlando, great advice. Don't have those very sugary energy drinks. I know you're very tempted because you want to be high energy to be a scare actor, but here's the thing. It's filled with a lot of sugar, and you're going to crash, and you're going to feel kind of barfy, to be honest. So don't do that. I would recommend other drinks like water. Gatorade is good because it's got electrolytes in it. But yeah, just take care of yourself, hydrate. Oh god, I was guzzling like gallons of Gatorade when I was the wolf in 2018 because I was in the scare zone, so I was like constantly moving. I'd take off my head, my wolf head, and I'm so sweaty and gross. I'm like, I need my drinks. Like, give me water. I had to pee like every set. After every set, it was so it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work that people don't realize goes into scaring. So take care of yourself. You're already worried enough dealing with guests. Don't have your own body do you wrong. Your body will do you right if you take care of it. So, and I always tell people, do as I say, not as I do, because I did have like chicken tenders right before every time I scared, and it was not good for me. Don't do what I did. Don't have chicken tenders for every meal before you scare.
Or nachos, trust me.
Or nachos, have like
big nachos. I'm like, oh no, bad idea.
Like garlic bread, pasta, like the really heavy. Don't have like the really heavy stuff right before you scare, because you're gonna regret it. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
Trust us. Like, don't have the nachos beforehand. It seems like a good idea at the time. You're just like, get whatever in my system. It's better than nothing. And yeah, that's true to a degree, but if you could opt in for a healthier snack, like what would be your healthy go-to snacks, Orlando?
Granola bars. I would say granola bars, protein bars. That's a good snack like to have. Like, or I would say I always recommend. I always eat these. I like to eat this. Is the dark chocolate berries, dark chocolate blueberries. Those are really good and a really good snack.
That's a good idea. I haven't heard that one. I've heard trail mix. I've heard granola bars and protein bars, but I've never heard the dark chocolate covered berries. But that's a good idea. Yeah, I've never really thought of that. Yeah, dark chocolate's okay to have. Milk chocolate, it's like you could still have chocolate. I'm not gonna tell you
just
what
like
to
keep
do.
it a minimum.
Yeah,
I would say milk chocolate,
it is
keep it
sugar.
a minimum.
You wanna minimize the sugar intake and heighten the protein and stuff that's gonna keep you full and have the like natural energy to you. Like I said, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Some haunts you might work for like 2 days in a row for like 4 hours and that's it. Those are the really small haunts. We're talking the bigger haunts. HHN, you're gonna do 4 to 5 days in a row and you're working like 4 p.m. to 3 a.m. and it's a lot. It is a lot. It's a lot of moving no matter where you are. If you're popping out and doing a scare, that's going to be different movement from a scare zone where you're just wandering around for a bit and then burst of energy every once in a while to get a scare, versus blackout where it's like you're using different muscle groups to move the whatever you need to move. So let's see, Lost Boy, you are a different type of athlete. If you want to peak perform, you need to take care of your body. Yes. You are an athlete. You are a different kind of athlete. You're using muscle groups you never used before in order to get those scares, especially spider crawls. Let's go back to that one real quick. In case people don't know what we're talking about when we say spider crawl, you are on the ground as flat as you can be with your limbs going forward like this and your legs are going like to the side to get as flat as possible, but you're moving as fast as possible too. I don't know if you were doing a different kind of spider crawl, but that's like the basic one I know.
The other spider crawl I was mentioning is kind of like you lay on your back and you arch your back and you start walking on your hands and feet. That kind of crawl.
Okay, yeah, that's a different variation of it. The very basic spider crawl is like you're flat and you're just moving like this. Think Spider-Man along the side of a building where he's just like, like that, only on the ground, really faster, I guess.
I can't do that, but I can't even do it with the costume because. And the people would think like, wait, is he swimming? What is he doing?
Yeah, it really depends on what character you are and what costume you have to be if you are able to do that. I was kicked in the face once doing that, so be careful. But the beauty of that is you look inhuman. And if you move fast enough and you're low enough to the ground, people tend to not look down or up. They'll tend to keep eye level. So when they see this thing coming at them on the ground, they're gonna get scared because you look inhuman. And like humans don't normally move like that or bend like that. So if you can, great. If not, don't worry about it. That's not a super common scare people do because it is quite dangerous and people tend to use their legs and kick you in the face. But the backbend one, whoo, that's
really
athletic.
hurt my back. I would never do that again.
That's daring. That is athletic daring. Hi, it's Huxton. It's Huxton is another common attendee in my live streams. Thank you for being here. Let's see, Lost Boy TNT. It's actually more harsh on your body than a lot of sports and physical activities are because you do things that the body isn't quite designed to. It's true, because we're monsters. Do you have a good example of that other than the spider crawl, Orlando? Of like using your body in ways that you normally wouldn't, but you do it because you look like a monster? I don't know how to describe that better.
I mean, spider crawl is one thing. I'm not very sure what other things I can mention that's really like can make you look more monstery and all that. I mean, twitching is one thing that make you look a little crazy and to chase around people. Especially when you twitch and then run, that's a good scare tactic. But I'm not very sure about what other things is very unnatural to do. I would say that I've seen other performers and my good friends that had done some things that is kind of cool. Like I had a friend of mine who did Touch the Tunnel with me on the first year. His name is Noel. He's got a tactic.
Or is it Ethan Noel?
No, not Ethan Noel.
Okay.
He's a different guy. Different guy.
Gotcha.
He's kind of tactic that he's kind of like, in a way, it's kind of hard to explain how he used his scare tactic. Like he looks like he's sliding, but he's bending down like in a squat position and, running, but sliding at the same time.
Interesting.
Yeah, and when you see him do that, he moves pretty fast, and it's kind of like he's gliding in a sort of way.
Oh,
I try to do that, and that kind of hurts my feet. But the way he does it, it's so unnatural and quick Like he's very agile with it.
I want to see that. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Jeez. So,
And
yeah, you're doing a lot of unusual things. I'll say the simplest example of doing out of the ordinary for your body stuff. It doesn't have to be necessarily to make you look like a monster. I mean, it does. So, when I was the wolf, this is a good example of that. When I was the wolf, my body had to adjust to being in the wolf position, which is I'm slightly bent forward, but my back is straight, and my knees are slightly bent, and my hands are constantly like this in my claws, and just moving like this with my, like mainly with my shoulders, but my nose kind of leading. And the first week or so, my back started killing me because it's not used to being bent forward like that constantly while walking. But after a while, I adjusted to it. I adjusted the stance a little bit just to help out with it. But it's stuff like that where you have to really think about, is what I'm doing gonna permanently hurt me, or does my body just need to adjust a little bit? So listen to your body.
Yeah, just listen to your body, because it's kind of very challenging also, like especially when you're trying to portray that character, because you want to do it like exactly almost the same way how the character does it. But it's also like it's very challenging because it might hurt your body. Like for example, like for your wolf, like that kind of way the wolves does like kind of like arch your back and their head is kind of forward that way and kind of like skulking in that kind of way. And yeah, and like in the movies it looks unnatural, but when you do it like in real person, it's like, oh my god, I can't believe how they do it. It's like it's kind of hurting me. Should I like make my body adjust it, or just don't do it, try a different tactic?
I would say in that case, adjust it ever so slightly to still give the appearance of it, but not be the exact same thing. Because if you're basing it off of a movie, understand that those actors, they'll film it for like 2 minutes and then take a break and then film again, take a break. You're out there for at least 30 minutes to an hour, maybe longer, doing this thing. So you're doing a marathon, not a sprint. So the actors in the movie are doing a sprint, so they're able to do the really weird movements because their body can take it for just a minute or so. If you're doing it longer than a minute, though, which you're going to be doing if you're a scare actor, you might need to make some adjustments.
And that goes back to the health part. Like another advice about it is stretch. No matter what, stretch before and stretch after, because if you want to like do something like that, like use your body in different ways and different tactics to scare, stretch it up, because you don't want to like pull a muscle or hurt your body with that.
Yes, and stretch in between your sets too, because you have to stay limber, gotta stay warmed up. It is like a sport, but you're using your body in different ways than you're used to. So it'll take some adjusting. Keep stretching, keep warming up, keep moving. You will definitely lose weight whenever you scare act.
Oh yeah, you're definitely gonna lose a lot of weight.
Which is kind of like,
cardio.
oh man, I usually lose weight right before Thanksgiving. This year it's just adding on. Oh no. Oh no. Also, scaring is my therapy, so going home for Thanksgiving, by the way, we were safe with the mess and everything. I just want to shout that out. Going home for Thanksgiving, I had not lost the weight I normally would have around this time of year. Plus, I didn't have my regular scare therapy, so I was going in like not heavy. Like, I'm not a big person, but heavier than I would have been, and also just down. Just like I need to scare. Oh God.
I would say, scare acting is the best time of year for use as a therapy to take out all the stress, out all the anger, and use it.
You ever really just want to punch someone in the face? You don't do that in scare acting, but you do make them scream, and it's just as good. In a safe way that you get paid for.
Oh yeah.
Why am I promoting scaring as if I'm being paid to promote it?
What? Scare.
Yeah, it's fun to scare. It's a therapy. William goes, pizza. Yeah, I don't have pizza beforehand. Although I would have pizza beforehand. So like I said, do as I say, not as I do. Lost Boy, and park food is generally not healthy. Yeah, good assumption. Park food, not healthy. Even if it seems healthy, probably not. Lost Boy TNT, 14 hours a day, 6.5 days a week takes a toll. It would take a toll on anybody. So be nice to yourself. Go easy on yourself. adjust to it, to give yourself time to adjust. Lost Boy TNT. The way people move in movies, remember, they only have to do it once or a few times for different takes. When a scare actor does it, wow, I literally was typing this as you said it. Yep.
Yep.
We had the same thought, exactly. Like, actors just have to do it a couple times. Scare actors were doing it constantly. Have you ever done Chainsaw?
No, but I do want to do it. I was supposed to do it this year, but the mess ruined it.
Yeah, the mess was messy. Have you been trained for it, or were you just gonna get started this year?
I was supposed to train last year, but it got really hectic, so didn't have a chance. But again, like I was gonna try it out this year, but again, it never happened. But hopefully next year will be better.
I want to do Chainsaw too. Maybe we'll be Chainsaw buddies.
Yeah,
We'll train together. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be awesome. It'll be awesome to have some friendly faces that I already know doing Chainsaw, because that is really intimidating. And just so everyone knows, the chainsaws at Halloween Horror Nights, they are real. You do need gas for them in order to operate them. They just don't have the spinning blade part to them, so that no one is going to lose a limb doing it. But you can still get hurt.
They're a little bit heavy. That's what I hear also.
They're on average 9 pounds, I think someone said. So it doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're holding it for as long as we have to scare, it does take a toll. And I have talked to chainsaw operators. I don't want to call them operators. That sounds weird. Chainsaw users, the chainsaws. I'll just call them that. I've interviewed fellow chainsaws in other Scareactor interviews. So if you're interested in learning more specifics about those, feel free to check those episodes out. It's Huxton says, I want to try sliding. Have you done sliding before, Orlando?
I tried it out before, but not in performing as a scare actor. One time, a friend of mine named Tim, he trained me how to do it, and it's kind of cool how to slide. But yeah, I never tried it as a scare actor.
Do you have any tips for those who want to get started in sliding work?
For sliding, I would say just practice. Do a lot of practices before, if you want to do as a scare actor, because scare actors want to do sliding, they get very creative, and I will say just give it a little practice with it and train yourself. That way, if you want to like request it and as a scare actor, that way they will give it to you, and that way you can be prepared and be creative.
Yeah, and wear really good knee pads.
Oh yeah,
wear very good knee pads.
Knee pads and get some good gloves for it too.
Yes, don't want to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Lost Boy TNT. Chainsaws are heavy. They are loud, and you could get burned on the exhaust and breathe it. Yes, Scareactors work with a lot of dangerous stuff, which is why we need to be trained for it. And even if we are trained for it, you never know what guests are going to do. So we have to be like extra careful. Extra careful, because guests are stupid. I'm sorry. But guests can be stupid. Not every guest is stupid. Guests can be stupid. Liability.
Yep. Yeah, so a lot of scare actor performers, especially with those who have chainsaw and stilt walkers, they really have to be very extra careful with those kind of guests.
With stilt walkers, they have to be, I think, certified, but definitely trained beforehand. And very trusted. With HHN specifically, like, you cannot get started as a stilt walker unless you have experience stilt walking in other places too with guests. Like, they are very careful about who they hire to be stilt walkers. Yeah. Yep. But let's get back to you, Orlando. Do you have any other fun reactions from people that like you didn't expect? Like a big guy screaming like a little girl or something? Like just
no, I never got any of those. I wish I had having a guy scream like a little girl, but no.
Any reactions that just left you confused?
I never gotten any good reactions like that. I mostly get like just those normal reactions that people fall, or people just like fall to the ground, or people just run away. But nothing very big for me ever happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips on how to do blackout? Because we haven't addressed that very much.
So for blackout, it's really easy. Because it's kind of like you're setting up the environment when you're in the maze. Like for example, my first blackout was I was an alien for Alien vs Predator, which is I was just manipulating the alien puppet, in which that was a good scare because again, like just manipulating the alien puppet, and so it's just I gotta be creative about it when comes when being a blackout. Uh, the people don't won't like blackout because again it just depends what kind of positions you get because you might just be a blackout just moving an object or you could be a moving a puppet that would scare the person, but again just do what you can.
Has anyone tried to like grab it from you? Like, what do you do in that? Because you're behind it, right? So you can't
Yeah.
really stop someone from touching it. What would you do?
Hmm. There's nothing we can do about it because again they're on camera. If for me, I would just let any supervisor know, hey, this guest touched the prop.
Okay. But no major like breakage from guests for those.
No.
Okay, good.
No, they mostly just touch it. There's one time that I was moving the puppet and the guest was trying to like tug it away from me. I'm like, no, just leave it alone.
Just move on.
I know, right?
Are there any characters that you would love to play as a character? Either vague or a specific character from a movie, whatever you prefer. But is there a character
If
that you
only
haven't
they
played
would
yet?
have Pennywise. If they only would have Pennywise, I would love to play Pennywise. But I know
Ooh.
Warner Brothers thing. I know they will never have it. But if it has to be like a Universal Studios
It doesn't have to
kind
be.
of movie,
No, it doesn't have
doesn't
to be.
have to be.
No.
Then I would say Pennywise.
Cool.
Pennywise is my favorite character.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Oh, I just you would creep me out so much as Pennywise. I just gotta say, I could like, as soon as you mentioned Pennywise, your energy just upped a bit, and I could tell you are gonna
I did
own it.
I have a friend of mine that he loves to do haunts his own way. He did his first one last year, and I played Pennywise for his haunt for Halloween because he wanted to create his own haunts every year. Of course, this year he couldn't do it. He kind of did a jar display, but yeah, I even posted a picture on my Instagram that I dressed as Pennywise with the full costume and everything, and I had so much fun with it.
Oh, so if you want to see Orlando dressed as Pennywise, follow him on Instagram and spam that one picture. I'm definitely going to check that out because I think I want to see you as Pennywise. It's like I could see it and not see it at the same time. I want to see it. I want to see it. Yeah. If you could make any movie or video game into a haunt, or just a concept into a haunt, what would it be?
Any movie or video game. I would say the movie Dead Silence because I never seen that as a maze. The movie Dead Silence with the puppets. That's a really good movie, and only it was a Universal movie, and I would just love to see that as a maze. Or Child's Play of Chucky. I never seen that as a maze. Also, it will be. It was as a scare zone for a little bit, but I would love to see it as a maze.
Yeah, I remember we had the Chucky dolls in 2017 on Terror Tram, and they had the chainsaws as the Chucky dolls. I thought that was really cool. At the time, though, it's really funny. I never see the movies like while I'm acting it, and then I'll see it after, and I'll go, "Dang it! I could have played it so much better if I had only done the research."
Yeah.
I didn't see Trick or Treat. I was in the Trick or Treat zone in 2018. I did not see the movie until about halfway through because I couldn't get my hands on the movie. So eventually a friend loaned it to me and I was able to watch it and I go, "Oh, those are the wolves. Okay. Okay, I could implement some more of that," because I was just playing it like a wolf. I didn't understand why I was wearing the costume with it, and I was like, "Oh, I'm a slut. Cool." I could work with this. So I went from being like her all the time to like, "Hey, rar." Dr. 1010, hey, good to have you here. We're going to wrap up in about 10 minutes, everybody. So if you have any questions for Orlando, please ask them, or just like, I don't know, just chat with us.
Anything.
Ask anything. It doesn't even have to be about scare acting. Like, what's your favorite food, Orlando?
Sushi. Sushi is my
Nice.
favorite food. Yep.
See, we learned something new about him just because we asked a question. Just kidding. We're having fun. And this is also just, I'm going to say this again because like people come and go throughout the live stream. So I just want to remind everyone, this is going to be the last Scareactor Story interview of the year. I will be coming back with them in January, but the schedule is going to change. So be sure to follow me on Instagram to know what the change will be. And I'll be updating not only my Instagram story, which is where I normally update when I do live streams, but I will be posting actual schedules. So you could have like a picture of the schedule in case you want to. I need to silence my phone. I didn't do that. What? I'm an unprofessional person. You're just hearing the blah from Big Hero 6 every once in a while. Dr. 1010 goes, what's your favorite anime, Orlando?
In honest words, I've never seen anime. I'm trying to get in on it because a lot of people keep recommending it. Like, you gotta watch anime. You gotta watch it. It's really cool. And I do believe it. I do believe that anime is really cool to see. Now, the animes I really want to see is Dragon Ball Z, Avatar, One Piece, Bleach. But mostly, like, I'm always interested in Dragon Ball Z because I love it. I used to watch a little bit when I was a kid. Yeah, and it's a classic. Yeah,
classic. You gotta watch Dragon Ball Z. Avatar: The Last Airbender I love it. I watch it for like background noise now because I've seen the whole series at least 3 times in a row.
I'm so horrible at it. Like, I never watched the show, but I watched the movie and I like the movie, and people are so disappointed.
It doesn't exist.
So disappointed at you.
He didn't mean it, guys. The movie doesn't exist. Okay, we're not talking about anything right now. It is not a movie. It never happened. What? I almost walked out. I've never walked out of a movie.
What movie you're talking about? That wasn't a movie. I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna like censor this. I'm gonna edit this just to censor this one part out. Just like, nope, it doesn't exist.
Cut it out.
It's the worst thing in the world. I almost walked out of the movie theater when I originally saw it with my brother, but he like kept me there. He was like laughing at it. I'm like, how could you laugh at this atrocity? It just like all over the series. How could you mispronounce names based on a TV show? Because it's like how the Chinese would say. No, you're basing it off a TV show. Get the names right. Okay, I could go on this all night. It doesn't exist. I will say this, since we're talking about anime and you like horror, and to keep it with the horror theme, a really good horror anime that I like is called The Promised Neverland. So if you want to like get started in anime, but you like the horror aspect to it, I would recommend that.
The Promised Land?
The first season's on Netflix right now. I originally saw it on Hulu, but I think they have it on Netflix now. But The Promised Neverland.
Oh, The Promised Neverland.
The Promised Neverland. And I won't tell you what it's about because you'll know what it's about after the first episode.
All right.
I literally can't say anything about it other than you follow some kids and their story. I can't say anything else, otherwise it spoils it. Josh Levine, we don't talk about that movie like we don't like to talk about Batman and Robin. No, even worse than Batman and Robin if you really like Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm not trying to like say, oh, it's a better movie. Yeah, it was equally bad. Don't
even make me mention the Dragon Ball movie, the live action one.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Nope.
You never seen that one?
I never seen it.
Along with it.
Oh, no. They just do it wrong. Yeah. But yeah, anime. So all the ones you mentioned are classic animes, great ones to get started in anime. Those are all the ones I would recommend. My favorite, I'll answer the question too. My favorite anime, I don't know. It changes all the time. My favorite manga, though, is Skip Beat. No one really knows what it is, but it's dear to my heart. In fact, it's still ongoing. I think it's on like volume 43 now, something like that. And every year for Christmas, my mom will give me the next volume to it. So I keep with it. I have the whole manga series in print. I have that collection. I'm proud of it. Skip Beat. Yeah.
Nice.
Josh Levine goes, that also doesn't exist. We're just not talking about we're not talking about movies. These don't exist. We're
Yep.
making this up. This doesn't exist.
I don't know what movies we're talking about. That never existed. I never heard anything.
No, what? I would love to know if you've been to any horror conventions.
Monster Palooza. That was my first one.
Oh, how is that? I've never been to one, and I really want to go to one.
It's really cool. Like you see a lot of props what they use in the movies, the costumes, and also you get to see the celebrities. The first celebrity I ever seen for the first time is Robert Englund, who plays Freddy Krueger. He was there, but oh my goodness, like he was charging so much for an autograph and a picture. I was like, no way.
How much was it?
$80.
Woo!
$80
No,
for
no,
an autograph and a
no.
picture. I was like, no, I'm not paying that. No. But it's cool to see him at a distance. Like, oh my God, that's Robert Englund. That's really cool. Yeah, and it's very cool. I was supposed to go this year, but of course, the mess it up. So
I was
wanted
supposed to go
the
several
celebrities from
conventions,
Scream.
but no.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the mess took so much. I was supposed to go to Ren Fair. I was gonna see Hamilton, Mean Girls. There was another play I was supposed to see.
Wait,
Book
they
of
had
Mormon.
Mean Girls to play?
The play, yeah. I was gonna see
Wow.
Mean Girls to play. I was gonna see Book of Mormon for the first time. That all got canceled. Literally, the Saturday that the first lockdown happened was the night I was supposed to see Book of Mormon.
Oh no.
And that got canceled. I was gonna go to Anime Expo for the first time and show off my cosplays because I'm also a cosplayer. So I was like, yay, I finally have costumes to go to these
Sweet.
conventions with. And like, I was gonna make business cards and everything, like to promote myself. Canceled. And I emailed them and I was like, hey, so due to what's going on right now, I don't really feel safe going to a convention. Can I please get a refund? They were like, sorry, you should have asked for a refund within 30 days of you ordering the ticket. I'm like, that was months ago though.
Oh,
What are you talking
man.
about? And then literally the next week they emailed back saying, oh, we have to cancel, so here's a refund. I was like, oh, funny that. At least I got my money back. And I was also planning on, I'm not familiar with horror conventions, so forgive me. But there's another, like, monster convention I was going to go to. I forgot what it was. Shoot. I don't remember what it's called. It wasn't Monster Palooza, I don't think. It was
I think I
something
know
else.
which one you're talking about. I also forgot the name
It's
of
like
it.
tip of the tongue syndrome. It's right there, but I can't remember what it is. But that's okay. I'll go another time. And maybe, if I get a big enough following on TikTok for scare acting and all that stuff, maybe I could get my own little table and people can meet me if you guys want to. I don't know.
Meet and greet, yeah.
Meet and
That'd be
greet.
cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And then have some like Scareactor friends there and we could talk Scareactor stories in person. That'd be cool. Anyway, that's like way in the future because I am not near that. But we have a few minutes left, so if anyone else wants to say anything to Orlando, now is the time. I'm just catching up on that. Okay, cool. But do you have any other advice for scare actors just starting out?
So for another advice, I cannot mention, I'm not allowed to mention anything about the audition process, but all I can say is if you're a horror fan, watch a lot of horror movies and just pay attention to the characters because you never know what you're going to get.
True.
You got to be, and like I said before, prepare the unexpected. You never know. You could be a monster, a character, or a victim.
Mm-hmm.
Just watch every single character in the movies and study. That's all you can do.
Especially if you're auditioning for Halloween Horror Nights because it is very based on movies. I would say if you're auditioning for other haunts, get creative with your characters. Go all out. Really commit to what you're doing because it's always easier for them to say pull back on that rather than get it out of you. Right?
Yep.
So go big or go home, but also be safe about it. If you've never done this thing before, maybe not the best way to show it off is in an audition because you could easily get hurt. And if you fail big. Because I full on fell in an audition before and I tumbled out of it and I acted like nothing happened and I still got cast, so you never know. Like, oh God, I didn't touch a guest when I fell. It's okay. I will say this because it's going to be a while until I do other live streams with fellow Scareactors, so I am planning, don't hold me to this because the holidays are really busy for me, but I'm planning on redoing a lot of my videos from before for scare acting content and adding to them with common questions I always get in these live streams and in my videos and everything like that. So stay tuned here on my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Also comment and like and engage in my content. That would help me a lot. These have been a lot of fun. I can't wait to start them up again in the new year, but it'll be nice to have a little bit of break to focus on making videos that'll be a good source for you to go to if you're interested in scare acting and like tips and tricks on how to do characters, the auditioning process. It's different for everything, so I have to keep it vague. And like how to take care of yourself and other Scareactor stories. So subscribe, have fun. Hope this helps you in your scare acting endeavors. Even if you've been scaring for years, maybe you could learn something new. I don't know. But yeah, Lost Boy TNT goes, as long as you don't charge $80 for an autograph at your booth. I won't. I'm not nearly on that level. I'd get lucky to get $250. Are you kidding? And taking my idea for Scream starting soon when you come back. Yes, I'm definitely going to steal that idea. In fact, I'm going to implement it more in my Twitch streams first, and then when I come back for these. So Orlando, in a previous stream, Lost Boy TNT suggested the idea of, instead of streams starting soon, Scream starting soon. And I loved it so much. I'm like, I'm totally going to steal that. I hope that's okay with you. So that's what he's talking about. So I just need time to edit it. And having a break from these interviews will give me time to do the editing that I need to, making proper thumbnails for all these interviews, including the names of the people that I'm going to interview. I haven't had time to do any of that. So I will be doing all that and making more TikToks. So follow me there. Twitch, follow me on Twitch. I do a lot of horror games. I've been playing a lot of Phasmophobia. It's been a lot of fun. I might mix it up and do other games too. But follow me on Twitch for that fun Scareactor Plays Horror stuff. If you want to see a Scareactor get scared, I do that Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I also go live on TikTok Fridays, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I do a fun 16-tier bracket competition game. I do like 2 of those in a live stream, and it's different every time. So if you want to like vote for your favorite stuff and like it's fun. So join in on Fridays 5 p.m. on TikTok, or just follow me on TikTok if you like my content. So that'd be great. I've been losing a lot of followers lately, so please and thank you. I have not been posting a lot, and people are like, she bores me now. It's like, but I have plans. Please give me time. So I'm gonna be editing those more tonight. And then follow me on Instagram. Sorry, this is a long plug, but I will give you time, Orlando. I'm sorry. Also follow me on Instagram if you don't do so already. Charge_and_die. The Instagram stories are where you're going to get the most up-to-date updates for all my live streams, whether I'm falling behind on time or I have to cancel for whatever reason, or just a friendly reminder like I'm going live at this time. That's going to be on my Instagram. I'm also going to be posting photos of actual schedules from now on with like scare actor interviews when I'm going live on Twitch, etc., etc. Those are not hardcore. Like I said, things can happen last minute, so be sure to check the Instagram story right before I go live to make sure, but the intent is there. So yeah, so follow me on all of the things. Joshua Levine, follow her on all the things. Yes, thank you. Do the things. Yeah, so Orlando, would you like to do your self-promotion now?
Mine, I'll keep it short. There's not much of what I can say. Just follow me on Instagram, Orlando Naveo-91, and both on TikTok also. I barely post on TikTok, but you can just follow me there, and you can see all the videos I've posted. It could be funny to you, and also very entertaining. And also, I'll be promoting the film that I did with my friends Juan and Mike called Revenge of the Titan. It's a DC fan film for those who love DC Comics films and TV shows. I'll drop that link to you so you can watch it on YouTube. We're promoting that, and it's a very good action fan film.
Yeah, so just send me that info and I'll add it to the description. But please follow him on Instagram and TikTok. And he's been really awesome. Thank you so much for sharing your stories and your time.
Of course.
Yes, so everyone, if I don't see you until the new year, if you're only here for the interviews, first off, thank you for your love and support, continued support and your time. I will see you in the new year, but if you still want to see what I'm doing, I am going live on Tuesday on Twitch, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's going to be the next live stream I do, and I'll be playing Phasmophobia again with Glenn, my boyfriend, and some friends. So join in those. It's really fun to talk with you all and fun to interact with you. So if you want to interact with me, those are the times to do it. Otherwise, I'll see you on TikTok. And Instagram and all the things. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good night. Goodbye.